about Donald Trump, because this is a man, a billionaire, who's now appointed or trying to appoint a cabinet of billionaires. Do we have a new super hub emerging in the United States?
Definitely. The President of the United States is per se a super hub, although Donald Trump started out somewhat atypically. It was an exception to the rule. He didn't start out as part of the globalist elite. He was a bit of an outsider, but now that he's in power, he's bringing in his networks.
What is wrong with having a super hub? Because when you look at Donald Trump and his cabinet, these are successful people. They've done a lot in their own careers. Why can't a super hub work for the United States?
A super hub can work for the United States, but it's very important for the balance of any system to have diversity and to be balanced. And we're seeing with Donald Trump, he's bringing in a very homogeneous cabinet. Several people from the same bank, several generals. So they're all bringing the same experiences, the same viewpoints, and the same networks to call upon when they need help.
I agree with you on the same networks, but are they bringing the same experience? Because these are men that have worked across many different industries, and you have to say they almost have T-shaped capabilities in their own industries. So don't they have a more diverse view than what you're characterizing?
Well, relative to the rest of the population, they have a very similar viewpoint. If you look at them individually, of course, they have disagreements, but they're all part of the elite. They have very similar interests, and even if they take morally, amoral decisions, not necessarily bad decisions, if all the nodes in a system act the same way, it will automatically have a negative effect on the system.
What's the difference between, say, a Trump elite and an Obama elite, or perhaps more precisely a difference between a Trump elite and a Hillary elite? I mean, everyone said on the Republican side, particularly Trump supporters, that she was part of the elite, she wasn't to be trusted, and you're saying that Trump himself is part of an elite. And I thought an elite in one sense was a kind of cozy club which is very difficult to enter into, but you're suggesting that actually you can go from one elite to another, which makes me wonder what the definition of an elite actually is.
The elite is connected, that is true, but there are different sections, and Hillary Clinton was part of an established elite, the globalists, who have globalization as an ideology, and they've been in power for a while, so they were predominant in the system. Donald Trump has emerged as, in my opinion, a little bit of a faux populist, and he's bringing in his establishment, which in many cases overlaps. Speaking of Goldman Sachs, for instance, the current head that's coming in, that was brought in by Donald Trump's son-in-law, so there is overlap.